Good morning, everybody. Welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to another designer challenge. For today, I wanted to show you what the challenge is going to be. You could either use this photo and color inspiration, so you can make something with flowers, you could use the colors, or we do have a sketch you could go by. Let me find that for you. Here goes the sketch you could go by as well. You could flip it around, turn it sideways, however you want, but that's the sketch. So you could either use the colors, the picture, and the sketch. So you could use all three items as your inspiration, or you could just use the sketch, or whatever you want, but as long as you use one of those items. Isn't this sad? I'm not sure if you could see, but my iPad needs a band-aid. It needs surgery. I dropped it today and it cracked. It was a very sad day, by the way. So anyways, I just had to show that to you really quick. So that was the sketch and the what do you call it, and the photo inspiration. Okay, so for today's card, I'm not 100% sure if I'm using these or not, but in my brain I want to use the junior rolled flower dies. I think I want to use this, but I'm not sure yet. Every little thing. But I'm for sure using this circle stitched pattern die here. Okay, so first thing we are going to do, we are going to use, I went ahead and I ran this through my Vagabond. I used that stitch circle die right there, and I love it. It's a stitch circle pattern die. But I want to use this background, the Build a Scripty background. And we're going to go ahead and use this one right here. So what I'm going to do is I want to do some watercoloring on here, but I want to use the resist technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and watercolor it. We're going to go ahead and actually emboss it with some bright white superfine embossing powder first. So this way when we watercolor, you could see the little resist technique. But I don't want it to be a perfect stamp image. I kind of want it to be a little blotty, so I'm not going to, so when I stamp the Versamark on here, it's not going to be perfectly on here, but I'm going to show you how, you know, I put it down and everything. I just want to show you how to use this without a block. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab my Versamark right here. I know my stamp's a little bit dirty, has some white ink on it, but I'm just going to kind of just go like so. And then, oh, you know what I better do? First of all, I better, since I'm going to be embossing this, I'm going to go ahead and just use my little embossing buddy here, this little powder, just so we can make sure our embossing powder goes where the actual stamp image goes. Okay, so let's do it this way better. So I'm just going to keep this on here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just, and I only want it like more on this side. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do this, okay? Okay, and then before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and put the actual embossing powder on it, because I don't want to forget where because I really can't see where the embossing powder is. So let me grab a piece of paper. Alright, I'm going to grab this so I can funnel it back in. Remove that there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just pour my powder on top here. You can't even see where I embossed. Okay, I think I'm just going to pour it all over. Okay, so you can see a little bit right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me go ahead and heat set this really quick. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera or not, but you see how it's all right there. It's nice and shiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again at the bottom here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put my Versamark on here. And then if you want it to be a perfect image, what you want to do is just make sure you ink it up really well, your entire thing, and then put your paper on top and put another paper on top and just rub it down really well, and you'll get a perfect image. But for now, I kind of want it a little messy, so let me see where it is. Alright, let's go ahead and just put this right here. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go ahead and just again, oops, repeat what I just did. I have a little bit of a mess here on my table. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heat set this again really quick. Okay, I went ahead and I taped it down because it kind of got just a little bit warpy from the heat gun, and I don't want it to get too much more warpier than what it is. So I taped it down so I could do some watercoloring. I had actually gotten these watercolors a while ago, and I haven't got a chance to use them. They're called the Twinkling H2Os. I've been holding on to these for a little bit, and then because I wasn't 100% sure how to use them actually. And then I saw a video. I was super excited because Miss Sherry Carroll did a video over on Simon Says Stamps, and she did 10 ways to watercolor, and that was one of the items she used. So I was super excited because now it actually taught me how to use it. Okay, so basically what I had seen her do, just go ahead, she just opened it up, and it looks like a little cake in there, and then you just spritz some water in there. Okay, and then you just let it sit for a second. But if you're like me, you're impatient, I kind of just grab my brush and start using it right away. I just kind of I was playing with them earlier, and they're really, really nice. I love the way they look because they do have like a little sparkle to, not really necessarily like a sparkly, but it's almost like a pearl iridescent color to them. Okay, so I'm just going to concentrate only on the left side of my paper. Okay, and I didn't put water down first because I figured there was enough water in here already. So I'm just only want, so this way you could see the embossed look on the, in the background. Okay, I'm just going to keep it just real soft like that. That's all I'm doing to it. Okay, so hopefully you could see that. It's a really pretty pink color. Let me put some up here too. Let's go down here just a little bit more. And I love that you could still see the stitch circles in the background along with the actual embossed, the heat embossed Build a Scripty background stamp that we used for it. So I'm going to just let this sit because I have my fan on in here because it is warm. I'm going to let this sit and air dry. And then as soon as it's done drying, I'll go ahead and I'll be right back. Okay, now that my piece is dried all the way, I went ahead and I took my oval die. Let's see if I see the packaging. I don't know where the packaging is, but I will have a link to these on my blog. My oval die, and I went ahead and I cut it out with some watercolor as well. And I went ahead and I used the purple color. It's called Satin Royal or Royal Satin. This is the purple color that's in one of those sets because I had picked up the spring set, I believe. The spring and summer fun of the two of the Twinkling H2O. So that purple was really, really pretty. So I went ahead and I just watercolored on that, the watercolor paper, and then I heat embossed that every little thing is going to be all right. And then I took some of my, you see I'm running low, I'm going to have to pick some up. This is that fun foam. And I cut out again with the oval to make it where it could just, pop up on my card. Okay. And then I did end up using the rolled flower dies. And here they go right here, okay? I went ahead and I just rolled them up. I did all this while I was waiting for it to dry. But before I put those on, I do want to add, in the sketch there was like a line across. I figured I'll go ahead and just add this twine here. To be honest with you, I don't know where I got this from, because this was basically in my stash, how you see like it is. There was no packaging on it or anything really. So I'm not sure exactly where this is, but I know for sure I've seen it at Paper Tray Ink. For sure they come like in the little rolls. So I'm going to be really generous with this because I kind of want to make a big bow where my flowers are going to sit on top of. So let's go ahead and just hopefully this is enough. So I'm going to go ahead and just, ooh, maybe not. No, this is not going, well, let's give it a try. I may have to save this this is not going to go to waste, by the way. I'm going to probably have to say, yeah, you know, I'm going to have to save this for another project, but I will save it for sure. I'm going to make these a little bit longer because I want my bow to be super big. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Let me just cut another piece just to make, I have to make sure it's way bigger than this. For sure these. Okay, then I'm going to save these two pieces. I don't like wasting anything because all that stuff costs money, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and just measure this up here. Okay. Alright, so now let's go ahead and give this a try again, which I think this is going to be tons better. Oh yeah, way better. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just tie. Let me make sure these are even here. That looks about right. I'm going to go ahead and just make a quick little bow here. Oops, I'm losing it here. Alright, let me... Like I said, I want these little ears to be big. So let me scooch this down here. So this is going to go like so. Well, what I wanted to do, I might have to tie it a different way. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tie it upside down better because they're not, the ears aren't going the way I need them to go. So I'm going to tie it this way better. Yeah, I think that'll work if I tie it upside down. Because I want the bow to go this way, okay? So this way my little flowers could go on there perfectly. Yep, this is how I wanted it, just like this. Okay, so let me kind of pull these through just a little bit. Okay, and this is going to go like so, right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive. I wonder if I could put, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to use, this is the glossy accents, and I got one of the bigger toppers for it, so when I need to do bigger areas, you see how more comes out? That's what I needed. Okay, so this is going to go like so. Move that over just a tad. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and just hold this down just for a quick second because I definitely want this to be adhered down perfectly before I add all of my flowers. Okie dokie, now that that's down in place, what I want to do is I want to put these flowers, I want to line them up all here, okay? So I'm going to use, just to make sure these flowers don't go anywhere, I'm using my hot glue gun for this. Just to make sure they stay here, you know what I'm saying? Go and hold that down just for a quick minute. I love using the hot glue gun with these flowers. This is probably your best adhesive to use with these little rolled flowers. I'll go ahead and put a link to a video I had done during when I had released those flowers on actually how to put them together. They're super duper easy to do. They look complicated, but I promise they are not. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this flower there. Kind of want to put it right up against that pink one, like really close, because I want to squeeze in the little orange one. And this should cover most of the colors that are in the sketch. I figured I'd throw in the flowers as well to tie it all together. And then we're going to put the itty bitty one in here. Alrighty, so this one is going to go like so. I'm just going to kind of open those up like that. And just trim these little guys off here. Just like so. And then what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and put this on a craft colored cardstock base. And that's it, everybody. I don't want to keep you that much longer. I'm sorry this video took forever to do. So don't forget to visit my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see what the rest of my amazing design team has done with this challenge for today. And also to see if you are the lucky winner of last month's challenge. Okay, everybody? So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.